Hello. Welcome back
Howdy,
to
been a
Phoenix
while.
Worth.
I don't fucking remember any of the recent, like... I guess we were gonna go to one of the palaces.
Yeah, we're gonna go to one of the mine palaces. Oh no, I think we had to, and we couldn't figure out which one it was because we were checking all
It's
the doors.
probably... Oh, I mean, I would assume it's one of the ones that's, like, highlighted, right? That's Maple Tree. Oh, yeah, there was some... I think we missed something somewhere.
Yes.
Maybe we have to show Kay one of the things we found.
Maybe. Let's try that. Let's talk to Kay. Yep.
Because I feel like we did talk to, oh, we didn't even say no to it. I wonder if this case and the IS-7 incident are connected somehow.
No.
We will.
It's hard to say for certain right now, but I also don't think they're completely unrelated.
But your father was in charge of the IS-7 incident, right? This can't be just a coincidence. It must be destined by fate. Or the writer's room. Let's solve both of these cases. I'll make sure to steal the truth for you.
That sounds promising. Now then, to the task at hand. Let's resume the investigation of the Normalium. Z.
It's a red liquid with a minty aroma, right? Let's go ask around. So maybe we have to show that to people.
I don't think
Do
I
you
could
even
get
have
into talks with anybody.
Also, I don't even think we have it.
No. Larry, tell me what you're hiding.
You two, stop glaring at each other like that.
I'm not glaring, Kay. I'm using my artist perspective. Edgy's the one who's glaring. And if you know what's good for you, you'll tell me what you're hiding right now. No, I don't. Then I said I'm not talking to you anymore. Aren't you talking to me right now? From now on, I'm definitely not talking to you anymore. I'm not going to get anywhere like this. Looks like I'll have to force it out of him. Ah, here we go. Larry, what are you hiding?
Hey, come on. Mr. Edgeworth, this isn't the time to be playing around, you know.
I wasn't playing around.
Still, it looks like Clarice won't be talking anytime soon.
He isn't going to talk to us willingly. I just have to force him to talk. What is Larry hiding? Perhaps I should investigate a bit more. I should continue investigating around the fountain patio.
I wonder if you actually already have this thing.
I might? The most recent thing I grabbed is, Okay.
Well, hey, it's really easy to check all of them, because the blank line is just, like, 8 dots. There's statues of a couple in Roman costume. Are these by blah 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 too?
I think we've already read this one.
We did, but that is good dialogue.
Yeah, because I obviously wore the pants.
I love when they canonize the characters after they died were complete wife guys.
Yes.
I think just try showing Larry a bunch of shit. Like, it's one line of text.
Sure.
I mean,
I'll do everything. Maybe if I'm just as annoying as he is, he'll give me the go-ahead.
how do you feel with this guy's family? Okay.
No.
I guess there is something we didn't get yet, but
Investigation of the fountain. Fountain's completely clear. Miss Hall, where have you been up until now?
I was showing the remaining guests out and handing out complimentary gifts as an apology. Did you require my services?
Yes, there are a few things I want to ask you about. If my suspicions are correct, she's the one who set up the poison gas trap. How exactly did you prepare the melted sculptures from 18 years ago?
I love this fucking music playing on the option choice poison gas trap. My, so you know about what happened 18 years ago. It's because 18 years ago. You know, it always bothers me in these games when they keep repeating the exact amount of years ago it was, because that's just not a way that people talk in, like, English.
It's like, it's because back then I photographed you. No.
Yeah.
It was 18 years ago. 18 years ago.
Yeah. I photographed Monsieur Dover's sculptures. Using the photos as a base, I managed to create replicas.
Replicas?
The Zodiac sculptures had been an unfinished work, so I wanted to complete them somehow. Because I am the one who accidentally melted Monsieur Dover's sculptures.
Could you tell me why the Autumn Palace resembles the Winter Palace so much?
Well, my apologies. Did they really look so alike?
Uncannily so, yes.
I think I may have gotten some of the decorations mixed up.
I think you got the entire thing mixed up. By the way, am I recording this? Yes, I am. She is obviously lying. But I haven't gathered any evidence to prove that
What?
yet.
That's all we... am I wrong? I thought we talked to everything in the fucking room. Did we talk to that pile on the ground? Are you sure?
Oh, that pile?
What do you think I was talking about? The other pile?
The smell and this color. Don't tell me this is a puddle of tea.
Huh? There's a piece of pottery in the middle of the puddle.
Okay.
That's probably what Larry's hiding.
Well,
I wonder what broke.
I think I recognize the design. I should probably show this to that man and see what he has to say.
Did you watch any of the Neurosama clips I posted earlier today?
I've watched a bunch of them already before I even posted them.
Yeah. But have you seen the one where like she opens up stream and it's like Chad, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Larry, take a look at this. What's that? Larry, I've got a feeling that what you're hiding is related to the tea in this pottery shard. Well, if you're not going to talk to me, I can always hand this shard over to Judge Courtney. Wait, I'm trying to keep a clean image for Justine. I don't want her to see how I've dirtied myself. I can't imagine
That's
what
where
part of
you
you
and
can be
I
considered
are
clean.
different, Larry.
But if you don't want her to declare you guilty, I suggest you speak truthfully now. Justine is just like, that's filthy. No. We're doing this clean and Puritan.
Oh god.
I got it, I'll tell you. Larry, it's time you confess to what you've done. Oh, how could you be so cruel to your best friend? The same way you can be so dishonest to your best friend.
See, I actually like this characterization because the obvious joke is that he'd be like, I'm not, because you're not, you know.
We're not friends.
But they are, you know, like they are friends, and I'm glad
somehow.
Like I'm glad that they didn't go for the obvious joke there in you know honor of the characterization.
Well, you can stop glaring at me. I promise to tell the truth for sure this time. I just thought I'd pour Justy some tea, but my hand kind of slipped a bit and it broke. I actually broke the crazy expensive teapot. The butt strikes again. Why am I not surprised?
Oh boy, you've really done it this time, Maurice.
What should I do, Edgy? Katie will hate me. Crying to me about it won't solve anything. First, you should apologize to Miss Hall.
Is that so? My teapot was.
Katie, I'm so sorry. I don't have any money, but I'll draw as many portraits of you as you like.
Please kindly raise your head, Monsieur. It is I who should apologize. I didn't notice the broken shards. It's dangerous, so I'll tidy up the broken pieces. Allow me to take this piece from you as well.
Doesn't this tea set one of Isaac Dover's works? I heard that it was very important to you.
Yes.
I just want his hand to, like, extend forward and, like, cup her elbow and just be like, wait. Just like,
Go
just stop
gadget, extendo arm.
It's like, stop that. It's like a puzzle piece.
There's no use crying over spilled tea. Besides, I still have another one of those teapots left.
Is she not as attached to Dover's works as she used to be? Katie, you're so kind. You're so fine, you blow my mind.
You're so
Hey,
kind.
Katie.
Oh, that makes you...
Now the teapot you were talking about, is it one on the cart?
Yes?
Truth is, when I was trying to hide the broken shards, I looked under the cart, and I found a teapot that looked exactly the same, so I switched them.
Really?
Yeah, everything's cool now. We've been drinking from the teapot that was underneath the cart. She's like, oh no.
I think that's straight up the plot that's about to happen. Because remember, it smelled different.
I took great care to make sure no one would break that pot. You don't brag about that when you were the one who broke it in the first place. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. Thank you for your consideration.
Gee, Kate is a really nice lady, isn't she?
What if she tried to poison us, but failed?
Because he's a fucking idiot. You should reflect on how you cause trouble for people like her. Okay, when I make it big as an artist, I'll donate paintings. In fact, I'll even welcome you as my own personal model. I think it'd be better if you just stopped causing trouble. Hope you haven't done anything else. I haven't, I just stood around sketching beauties. Sketching beauties. If you're interested, I can let you take a peek.
I guess even Mr. Edgeworth is interested in beauties.
In
Nope.
in
Okay,
orange.
you're wrong.
In orange. What do you mean? Phoenix is a beauty.
I guess, but I think it's implied that Larry means women.
Yes. It's not like that. I just thought it might be another one of his strange paintings. How dare you! I'm very confident in my work this time.
Ooh, I want to see too.
Oh, I'm glad you're so honest about it, Kay. I'll get it ready, so come check it out later. I guess I'll have him show it to me later. About that sketch you made just now. What? You want to see my art? You should have just been honest about it from the start. Look, here it is.
Oh my god.
Justine.
I love
She's so rigid. But very serious.
Your Honor? Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry, Your Honor.
What is this? I already told you, it's a sketch of beauties. Oh, but to be clear, the beauties only refer to Justine and Katie.
Wow.
The other plump lady has nothing to do with that.
Larry, then why'd you draw her on the same page?
Well, I was taking a break from my still life painting when those beauties caught my eye. I guess I just drew them on the same page without thinking.
Wait, is she shoving the body in the mountain? She's not, right?
I think she's scrapping it. It's funny. There's so much to unpack here.
Yeah, there sure is.
So you're saying that the pictures on this page were each drawn separately? Oh yeah, I may have drawn them at different times. By the way, there's a drawing of the beautiful little Miss K on another page.
Wow, beautiful, huh? Thanks, that's totally not weird.
Larry, you drew this exactly as you saw it, correct? Well, yeah, even I can't draw what I can't see. I recreated the scene perfectly, even the delicate shades. Delicate shades, huh? I don't want to admit it, but this picture might be of help to the investigation. The contents of this sketch and the service cart in the fountain patio. It seems there's a contradiction between the two. I'll need to expose this contradiction using my powers of deduction. Could I borrow this sketch for a while? Sure! I could even sign it for you if you like. I think I'll pass. Sketch of beauties.
Oh, I get it, Edgy. You're gonna borrow it. Oh, wink.
Mr. Edgeworth, what the fuck? No. No!
I think we have to look at the table again, and then deduce based on like that. Like, look at the picture again.
There's absolutely nothing on it.
I mean, yeah, basically. I don't know, maybe it works just doing it in the center. Yeah, alright.
Larry, there's something I want to ask you about your sketch. Ah, you want a lecture on sketching from the famed Professor Lorenz, do you? No, I just need to ask you something. The tablecloth in your sketch, are you sure it was light blue? Yeah, my eyes never fail me. But the one on the service card here is white. Uh-oh. Am I colorblind too? No, that's blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude. You're always so busy thinking about with just your head. You miss the obvious. That look on your face. When I drew that painting, I was using the cart with the tea set on it, remember? Because I was tidying up the broken pottery shards. That's not something to be proud of. And right then, Katie came out of the Winter Palace. I had to hurry and hide the broken teapot so she wouldn't notice it. Did you just say Miss Hall came out of the Winter Palace? That's right, but this time she was pushing in another service cart. And the tablecloth was light blue, just like how I drew it. What did she do with that service cart? Beats me. She went to the Summer Palace with it, so I don't know. When she came out, she was pushing the lift trolley. The lift trolley. When I called out to her, she was so surprised that she just left it there. She's so cute when she's shy. A second service cart and a lift trolley.
Maybe there were 2 tea sets along with 2 service carts.
We'll have to verify with Miss Hall.
Imagine living life as Larry and it's just like so fucking often like people get murdered around you and you are like relevant in like finding the decisive evidence and yet you never learn to question anything.
I mean, that's not a Larry thing. That's just all these characters.
But I mean all the recurring ones, you know.
Yes. I mean, anyone who's like attached to Phoenix or Edgeworth will see a murder within like a week of knowing him.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You will see a dead body. You will see several dead bodies. Potentially.
Yeah.
Is it true you keep 2 service carts on the premises?
Yes. Is there something wrong?
Earlier I was looking at one of the sketches from that so-called artist and...
Fuck you, Angie.
I noticed that he had drawn the cart's tablecloth light blue.
Light blue. Are you sure you weren't mistaken, Monsieur?
No, it's like right here in the picture. Okay, let me see the picture. Justine.
The left half of the picture. No, wait. I only ever use I started doing Justine's voice. I only ever use tablecloths that are pure white. That's true. The tablecloth here doesn't have a single spot on it. Yes, that's because I always change them immediately whenever they get dirty.
We're still talking about Justine, right? No. Did Larry really get the color wrong then? What were you doing when the sketch was drawn?
Of course we're not talking about Justine. She's not dirty. She's pure. At that time, I was just doing my job.
No, she
as
changes
usual.
her tablecloth every time she sees Justine.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay.
Then could you tell me exactly what the work entails? Kate's job. What were you doing when you were drawn into the sketch? From the looks of the drawing, it doesn't seem like you were transporting the tea set.
This was when I was delivering chocolates to all the people in the investigation, except for you. How nice, chocolates. I wish I could have got some too. There's still a few left, so
I'm not
please
Kate.
eat these then. I made them myself, though it's possible they might not suit your taste. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Be well.
Thank you. Perhaps it's because she had them in her pocket, but it looks like they've melted a bit. No, it's just because she's...
She's melty?
Yeah. Where'd that come?
The sweet goodness. I'm happy to hear you say that. I guess.
These chocolates are a little misshapen, but I'm glad to get some sugar into my system. Although they're a little too sweet for my taste. Just quoting his father. Okay. That's cute.
Oh, yeah.
What if every single one of the chocolates was poisoned, and she just murdered, like, 50 plus people?
Can't help girl bossing. Did the chocolates suit your tastes? They were so sweet, absolutely delicious. I'm glad to hear that. They are as much as your master likes them, so they are sweeter than normal chocolates.
They're a bit misshapen, but it seems they are filled with love for her family.
So, I finished reading the localization book on Undertale that I bought, and there's this detail that made me, like, fucking laugh audibly, which is, in the English version of the game, if you fight Temmie and you refuse to give her Temflakes, like in the act menu, she makes like a wonky face and says, "Can't blame a bark for trying." And in the Japanese version, in Toby's notes for the translators, he recommended they change the joke to something else entirely. And what they went with is she makes the same wonky face and instead says, "You have opened the gates to hell."
My.
Is this me?
Yes, it's a sketch done by our pseudo-artist over there.
This sketch is really well done. Are you giving it to me as a commemoration gift?
No, for the time being, this is a valuable piece of evidence. It's because it has Justine on it, isn't it? No.
I see. Too bad.
To garner such a response from the museum curator. That man has some unexpected talent.
Yeah, again, like, the obvious joke would be to make him suck, but...
Yeah, somehow between, like, the third game and this one, he has gotten better at art.
Yeah.
Mr. DeBest, you're getting a bit in my way if you stand here. I'm not just gonna move. Just do what you can over there.
Don't say that. It's probably the best if you stand over there.
The best, you say? Okay, I'll go stand over there. Holy shit, that's a lot of dialogue that's repeating. What the fuck do I do now?
I don't know. I think we have to look for, like, I don't know, the teapot or something, or, I don't know, check the lift trolley, because they said that she was she moved it.
Maybe I'm allowed to go to the whatever palace.
Yeah, I don't know.
The summer palace.
Yeah. Nah. We might have something to show, like... Somebody else? I don't know. Oh, show her the picture.
No.
Oh, no, wait, I don't think we can. Yeah. I think we have logic?
Oh, yeah, we probably do have logic.
Probably different tea aroma and pots were switched. We already tried that, I think.
Mm. Bing. Wahoo. Maybe the reason why the Ceylon tea smelled different was because the pots had been switched.
Eh, really?
The taste of the tea itself has not actually changed at all. Let's go ask Miss Hall about it in more detail. Miss Hall, was the reason why the Ceylon tea smelled different because the pots were switched?
Yes, that's certainly possible.
It had a fresh minty aroma, not unlike that of the uva tea.
Wonka?
What?
Well, that's the aroma of the Normalium.
Oh.
I remember now. I prepared some mint tea yesterday.
Well, the
This is not a
Normalium is
lie.
fine. It's the poison shit that's not.
Yeah, but, like, it's still Monka to, like, you know, have that.
We basically drank the evidence, hypothetically. Or it's that on the ground.
Mm-hmm. It's probably on the ground. I'm sure that the aroma just happened to remain in the teapot. And then now you can... Okay.
Is that really all there is to it? Bing. A minty aroma was emanating from the pot Larry had replaced.
Miss Hall said the aroma was left over from the mint tea she prepared yesterday. Smells like, fucking bullshit. Be real.
Indeed. She seemed less surprised to find out that Larry broke the teapot. Also, don't swear.
Sorry, I won't say be real again.
Good. And more surprised by the fact that the pots have been switched.
That's right. Normally, it would have been the reverse. A broken teapot is much more shocking.
A lot more fucking shocking. She would probably try. She was probably trying to hide this teapot.
Hide the pot. I do that often.
One of the characteristics of Normalium is a minty aroma. There's a possibility that she was hiding Normalium inside the teapot.
What? Inside the pot? This shit was laced?
There's only a possibility for now, but it is one worth investigating.
Oh god, why are we talking to him?
Mr. DeBest, I assume you haven't found the Normalium yet because you've been staring at that bush for the past week and a half.
It's like, we just discovered something very important. Let's go talk to the least qualified person on the premises.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm the best qualified person. I've had
Best of being least qualified.
Entire art museum searched, but I haven't received any reports yet. I mean, if Justine said he is the best, then you would say, yeah, he's the best.
No, listen. I would be like, I'm sure you have your reasons to lie.
No. I've had the entire art museum searched, but I haven't received any reports yet. And what about you? Don't you have any ideas? You know, I think what DeBest proves is that if DeBest looked like Justine and was called Justine, but had DeBest's, like, characterization, just occasionally swinging around a hammer and looking cynical, but was still, like, acting like DeBest, we'd be like, girl boss. Only one.
We're already, like, girl boss for her, so...
Yes. I knew it! Nobody but me would have been able to find it. Wait, what? You have an idea where it is? Indeed. Then tell me. May have been in this teapot that Miss Hall had used. Oh, this teapot's pretty nice. It would make the perfect present for the best prosecutor. It's not a present! It's an important piece of evidence. Oh, it's just evidence. Then I guess I'll have forensics take a look at it.
Hey, DeBest, I think it would be the best if you jumped off a bridge. Oh!
With a parachute, right?
No.
Oh!
Monsieur Edgeworth, is there something wrong with the teapot I use?
This teapot has a minty aroma to it. It's the same aroma as one of the two chemicals used to create a poison gas.
Monsieur Edgeworth, surely you don't mean... You suspect me of having set off the poison gas.
I do. Setting up the poison gas trap on the Autumn Palace would have required some preparation. Like, he's saying this mid-dialogue, and he just hears, "You son of a bitch!" And, like, fucking Larry tackles him. As the curator of the museum, you're the only one who could have prepared it in advance.
I wonder about that. Preparations for the opening of the museum took about a week, and I received help from both outsiders and Madame Delicia. I think there are people besides me who are also suspicious.
Of course. Delicia is also under scrutiny.
What? Furthermore, I don't even know how to create something like poison gas. Even if you found Normalium in my teapot, I'm covering all my bases here, that's not weird. There's no way I could have prepared the poison gas. Well then, I look forward to hearing the analysis results of the teapot.
Why would you put
Did you say
Normalium in the
Normalium?
teapot?
Uh-oh.
Her excuse is that she doesn't know how to prepare the poison gas. I must find a way to shatter that excuse. Yeah, what's up, Gumshoe? It's Gumshoe, sir.
Alright.
Did something happen? I'm like, who isn't here right now? Gumshoe. Oh, okay. Actually, right now, all the investigators may have left the Winter Palace.
What if we got called by Von Karma and it's like...
I'd be like, oh, hello, dead body. So I can finally tell you what I found. It's not good for a detective to be leaking out information about the investigation, especially by phone, but...
Well, Gumshoe's a leaky guy, you know?
Yeah, I'm a leaky guy, Edgeworth.
Ali said muck-ass.
His resourcefulness has saved me many times in the past few days. All the sculptures in the Winter Palace have melted. There's still some liquid left in the cases, but...
Liquid!
There's less in the Gemini case than in the Taurus case. There's still liquid in the glass cases? Yes, sir! We were just investigating the light blue liquid a moment ago. Well, I detected sugar in the Taurus case, but for some reason, in the Gemini case, we detected 3 different substances. 3 substances? They consisted of sugar, salt, and blood. Blood? Blood and salt were detected in the Gemini case. It's like what people put into their epic gameplay. Their blood and their salt. And unfortunately, and their sugar. Yeah, absolutely. Their monster energy. Wonder whose blood it could have been. I've asked forensics to look into it, sir. Right. I leave it to you, detective. That reminds me, the forensics investigating the fountain patio contacted me. Seems the sugar found in the fountain matches that of the found in the light blue liquid. Oh, that sounds like valuable information. Sounds like a person was frozen here for 18 years.
Yeah.
Is that all the new information you have for me? Well, now that you mention it, we also found a rainbow light device in there, too. The device was used to disguise the Autumn Palace. It seems that the device that was used in the IS-7 incident is also connected to this one. I should listen to what Delicia had to say about that. Yeah, I have to go back to investigate now, sir, so, when we get the results of the blood test, I'll let you know right away. Yes, thank you, detective.
That Gummy calling? That sure was a long call.
Huh. But thanks to him, we now have an important piece of information.
Eh?
In order to break Miss Hall's alibi, I'll need to talk to everyone involved in the IS-7 incident. Starting with, Delicia, would you be willing to aid in the investigation?
Yesy, of course. I started to say that before it appeared, by the way. Anything from Miley and Kayfae? I'll listen to whatever you have to say.
I was wondering if you could stop calling me Miley.
Nope.
Cyrus.
And stop calling me Kayfae. Fee, that's out of the question. I just can't change a name I've already decided on.
Ugh.
Even if we ask her, she won't listen to what we have to say at all.
Do you know anything about the decorations that are used in the museum? Specifically the fluorescent cloths and the special device called a rainbow light device?
Jessie, of course I do. Because they are presents that I gave to Katie. As an apology for breaking the rules 18 years ago. I gave her 4 new rock salt lamps and the 4 fluorescent cloths I used in the contest. Wow, that sounds nice. Fluorescent cloths and rock salt lamps. It seems like only us girls can understand how wonderful they are. What is this, like beef stroganoff?
That's a girl thing to say, Miss Delicious. I like them too, you know.
That was back when Ray Ray was still a cute little boy. Back when Mr. Shields was a cute little boy? I can't even imagine it. What, did he eat paper or something?
Are they the same decorations you saw 18 years ago? Probably. The rock salt lamp, the cloth, and the rainbow light device. They all seem the same. Fluorescent cloths were used in the Autumn Palace. But I have a feeling I saw more than one of the same cloth.
It's true. Look, I've got the proof right here in my bag.
What is she searching for?
Not this. No. Not this either.
I remember seeing cloth like that recently. You know how you posted that image of Anna, like, about to slash your prices?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, an image of that, but it's, like, Justine with a hammer?
That would go in lewd crude.
Let's show Delicia and I have to confirm. Wow, good job, Ross. Let's show Delicia and have her confirm my suspicions. I'd like to ask you something, since you're a pharmacist. Exactly how would one gain the knowledge required to set off poison gas?
Oh, that's basic knowledge for any pharmacist acquainted with Megatoxin X. It even says on the warning label, danger, do not mix with normalium.
Then, is there another way for someone who isn't a pharmacist to obtain that information?
Well... It might be possible if they've seen the Angel's recipe. Is this Ace Attorney or Shin Megami Tensei? I don't know.
The recipe book that was the grand prize of the contest 18 years ago.
Since it also contains the recipe to prepare Megatoxin X, why the fuck?
I read that as maggots. I'm like, what?
Yep, maggot X, maggot toxin, yeah.
I'm like, oh Jesus. Does this mean that you've also seen the contents in the Angel's recipe?
Yesy, that's a given, of course. The pharmaceutical company I work for is the Master Group. It's the company that makes the Cold Killer X medicine.
Cold Killer X. The cold medicine that promises to kill colds good.
Are you sponsored in your brain? After Jeffy got declared guilty, the company took back the recipe book. However, only a small group of elite pharmacists have been allowed to see it, though.
So this woman is also a part of that small group of elite pharmacists?
Yesy, I can read your mind.
Tell us a little bit about this.
Oi, that thing you've got there is rather cute, Miley.
It's paper.
The color's rather unappealing. Now, if I were to coat it with fresh cream...
Stop it. Want some chalk?
Yesy, that's Katie's chocolates, right? They seem to have melted a bit, though. Not eating them when they look their best is rude to the chocolate, Miley.
No, they'd already melted when I got them.
Maybe Miley's hands got hotter when he received sweets from a sweetie.
Okay, I beg of you, please don't steal her manner of speech. Look, it's a picture of you.
The sketch. Is this the one called The Sketch of Beauties?
That's what the one who drew it called it, although it seems you were excluded from it.
Is that boy perhaps Louise? I'd love to chat with him one-on-one later.
It would be my pleasure to introduce you.
Mr. Hedgeworth, you're making an awfully evil face right now.
Okay.
Show her the cloth.
Oh, yeah, good point. Wasn't there a dirty rag in your bag that looks similar to this?
B, I'm not going to give any information to someone who calls it a dirty rag.
Well, whatever you want to call it. Would it be better if I called it a washcloth?
B, wrong again. It's a fluorescent cloth. Ah, oopsie. That was supposed to be a secret.
Please tell me all you know about this fluorescent cloth, then. Alright, let's see what she knows about the fluorescent cloth. Please tell me the reason why you hid this cloth from me.
Ooh, I guess I have no choice since the cat's out of the bag. There was a cat in there too. I found this cloth floating in the fountain. And right after that, I was called to the Autumn Palace.
So that's the moment Larry captured in his so-called sketch of beauties.
At first, I thought one of the fluorescent cloths I had given Katie had washed away.
But didn't you only give the 4 fluorescent cloths as a present to the museum?
There were 4 fluorescent cloths covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I realized that this was the cloth that went missing 18 years ago. The poison gas broke out because someone had stolen my Megatoxin X. So I thought the fluorescent cloth had also been used for the crime. I was afraid I'd be suspected, so I didn't say anything about it to anyone.
I see.
But I sure feel a lot better after talking about it. Stress isn't good for your figure after all.
18 years ago, the cloth that was wrapped around the body went missing. Who would have thought it would turn up in the fountain along with the body? Okay. That's some information. You don't count.
Feeling loop-de-loop, Smiley? I feel that your conduct thus far has clearly been out of line. I will make sure to bring this matter up to the same dialogue.
Do whatever you want.
In return, we're going to be doing whatever we want as well.
Like changing your V-Will. No, fighting is really good.
If I remember correctly, you're the Little Miss Great Thief.
IIRC.
I will have to report your misconduct to the same dialogue as well, young lady. Sure, since it only served to increase my fame as a great thief.
It seems even Judge Courtney is unable to get a handle on Kay. Not you. Mr. DeBest, while I poke your nipples, you're getting a bit in my way if you stand here.
Same dialogue.
I'm not gonna move.
Just his blank stare, and then just leaving. We just talked.
Yeah, do I have to present more bullshit to you?
I think we have to talk to Kate.
Sure. Yep.
I meant Kate, but
Oh.
you know, we can also talk to Kay. From all I was found in the teapot, will Miss Hall be arrested? I don't think someone who seems so gentle could ever be the true murderer.
It isn't good to judge people by their outward appearances, Kay. Although it's true that it would be an upsetting conclusion. I should try asking Mr. Shields and Delicia for their opinion. That's who I'm forgetting.
Oh, right. Ask the people who were, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, butthead. You can go to Sonic if you answer this question.
Ah, fuck yeah.
Mr. Shields, could you tell me what kind of person Miss Hall is? Miles, don't tell me. You're also interested in Katie. No. Well, all joking aside, all Uncle Ray could say is, Kate I know is truly an admirable woman. For 18 years, she's always wanted to remain here, away from Mr. Masters' return. However, she was driven out of the mansion by Masters' relatives.
What? She was driven out of the mansion?
That's because Kate isn't related by blood to Mr. Master. No family and her job taken from her. She could only live on with the song and dance that Mr. Master had taught her. Well, she's now retired as a world-famous actress, though. Why did she retire? Because she had already saved up enough money to buy this mansion. Seems she even got back the Angel's recipe that had been taken by the Master Group. Oh, so maybe the Master Group is the one who killed him, or killed the person in order to get him in jail and steal the recipe. She bought it back.
Also, since she has the recipe, she would know how to actually make the poison.
Yeah. This mansion where she lived with Mr. Master had been everything to her. She probably just wanted to, take back everything that she lost. Seems that Mr. Shields sympathizes with Miss Hall. Bless you. Bless you again.
Bless you again. Ross says bless you again.
They could also say that her actions have taken away everything Mr. Master had.
Yes, ma'am. There we go.
Oh.
Do you want it on cool or energy saver?
Yes, Katie's chocolates. Uncle Ray really loves how sweet they are. Sweet flavor really goes well with the bitter coffee in the office. I see, coffee would indeed go well with this. Mr. Master said that these were his favorites. I just wish I could paint over the bitter memories of that case with these sweet chocolates.
Did you show him the liquid analysis?
Where is the liquid analysis in here? Ah, this one. Ah, this, huh? This evidence holds the so-called key to the case, right? It's possible. Yep. Hold on to it closely. Hurry, hurry, put it away. He doesn't think much about this.
I'm gonna run into the bathroom real quick. Just be a few minutes.
He doesn't have anything to say about the sketch of beauties. Okay. It's called Angel's Recipe because it contains the recipes for many miraculous medicines. Is there any medicine in particular that you're interested in? I'll go Ray. Not really. How about Kay? I'd love a medicine that made me a genius or turn invisible or gave me the ability to fly. Are you expecting a little too much from a medicine? Want to say anything about the lift trolley? Oh, this one sure takes him back. If you notice anything strange about it, I'd like you to tell me. I've been thinking about this case for the past 18 years. I don't think I'm going to conveniently notice something strange all of a sudden. But you might be able to, Miles. You're talking all cool, but you pretty much have nothing to say, right? How'd you notice? Seems a lot has come to nothing. Do you want to say something about what's commented on? No.
I'm back.
We've recovered the victim's body. Forensics currently performing the autopsy. Same stuff. He's just saluting. Yeah, the only dialogue you missed was me displaying the Angel's book to Ray, and him being like, "Okay, what would you do with the Angel's book if you had it? What kind of medicine would we be looking after?" And she's like, "I want to swim really good or fly." It's like, okay, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. We might have the logic to do with that, what Kate did point we got.
Yeah. I don't know if I collected any logic. We did. Ah, there you go. Bing. The method used to set off the poison gas is explained in the Angel's recipe. And the current owner of the Angel's recipe is Miss Hall.
Ah, so that means...
Indeed. It means that it is possible she knew how to set off the poison gas. With this, we can expose her lies for what they are.
Oh, nice.
This is probably it. Now all that's left is to wait for the results of the teapot. We're going to have to argue with a couple people, but I think we're done here.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean... Probably not.
I guess she was investigating. I got, like, maybe there's a chance I go into the other rooms, but holy fuck, this one's long. This is what, case 3?
Yeah. Still nowhere near as long as Spirit of Justice's final, by the way. That's the longest fucking chapter.
Yeah. I have a report. We have detected traces of normalium from the teapot. You can't be serious.
It's just like Mr. Edgeworth said.
Darn it! Did Mr. Edgeworth take the title of the best from me again? Mr. the Best, it seems like you have an obsession about being the best. But when you're on a case, winning and losing is of no importance. What are you saying? Obviously, it's best to be the best at everything. If you can't understand that, then you have no business being a prosecutor. What?
Please stop harassing Sebastian.
Just later on, she reveals, This is my boy. Mom!
Sebastian, a person of your caliber has no need to listen to such things.
Justine. Yeah, you're right.
How old is she, actually?
She's 28? 26.
26. Oh, damn. What's
Same
that?
age. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm 27. Fuck. Also, this is a couple years ago? When was this? 2018, I think?
Oh,
Okay,
I don't
she's a
know.
couple years
I
older
mean,
than me.
I don't know about like what they would be in our year, but just like in this. So basically, she would have been 11 when DeBest was born. Please leave this to me. Why don't you go check on the victim's condition?
Wait, you're saying that the best is like 15 right now?
He's like 17.
Yeah. So that's 9. She would have been
yeah.
9. I thought for a second you were saying he's only 15 years old. He does act like a 15-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you go check on the victims?
I already said this.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll be right back then.
Alright, I'll be waiting.
Judge Courtney is much more troublesome than Mr. DeBest.
Well then,
Broke another one.
Miss Curator, can you tell us why normalium was discovered in the teapot? I was not aware that it contained such a chemical. I suppose it may have been an ingredient from the detergent I had used in the fucking tea. So you're saying that you did not put it in deliberately? No, of course not.
Maybe she means like sink detergent.
Oh god, back to the fucking weird like
Jig.
jig of anxiety. There is no way for me to have known how to create the poison gas.
Despite being a former actress, it seems you're not very good at lying.
Fuck you. What do you mean?
The angel's recipe is in your possession, and the method to create the poison gas is contained inside that recipe book. So you must have known how to create it.
I'm surprised you knew about that. Miss Curator, is this true? It's true that information about the poison gas is contained in one of the recipes. However, just because I saw it does not mean that I was responsible for the crime. Could you tell me what set off the poison gas? It was caused by the victim heating the lid of the glass case with a burner. I see. If he locked himself in that room of his own will and then set off the poison gas, wouldn't that suggest suicide?
Does she intend to deny it until the bitter end?
Furthermore, I wouldn't have been able to obtain a chemical like Megatoxin X.
That may be true, but you could have stolen it from someone else.
That reminds me, I met up with Katie a week ago, and that night was when I realized that my Megatoxin X was gone.
She lifted it with her leg. I didn't realize she caught it with her leg.
Katie, you couldn't have. Madame Delicia always carried her medicine bag around with her. Anyone could have stolen it.
That's right. I don't have any proof that she was the one who stole it. Okay, can't you tell us what you're hiding? I know you're not the kind of person who'd hurt someone without a reason.
Monsieur Shields, you doubt me as well?
Setting a trap on one of the gallery's exhibits, and then disguising the rooms. I just think it would have been more impossible for anyone but the curator.
That's not true. There are no guards or security cameras at this gallery. If any ill-intentioned person wanted to sneak into the gallery, it would have been an easy task for them. Then, isn't it like an all-you-can-steal buffet in here? You have to be careful. You never know when a great thief could appear.
It doesn't sound like a joke when Kay says it.
Actually, Monsieur Gustavia apparently entered the gallery before it opened.
Well, I'm beaten. Looks like Uncle Ray can't do anything to break down Kate's iron guard. This might be a good time to use the technique your old man taught me. Bluffing? Yeah, that one. The technique my father taught you. This case is deeply connected to the one from 18 years ago. If we just pursue the present case, it may seem like there's only a lot we don't understand. But if we try turning things around, there might be a hint in the case from the past. Thinking the other way around, did my father do that too? My father thought? For example, just consider the relationship between the past case and case.
Considering he put bleach in my eyes, I didn't think he thought at all. I thought he was...
Thought he was just an abusive asshole. Miss Hall melted Mr. Dover's sherbet sculptures 18 years ago. And today, Mr. Dover's works are on display in this gallery. It can't be. She... I see. Now I know what to ask her. That's good to hear. In that case, Uncle Ray will just watch over you as you do your work. Miss Catherine Hall. 18 years ago, it seems that you melted Mr. Dover's sherbet sculptures.
Yes, I was young and inexperienced, and I did something inexcusable.
However, isn't that why you were able to open the Zodiac Art Gallery?
I don't know what you mean. I don't understand either. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you seek her testimony?
Yes, I would like to hear her tell me about the Zodiac Art Gallery. I would like to know the reason you decided to open a gallery for Mr. Dover's artwork.
If you insist that this is related to the case at hand, I will allow it. Miss Curator, your testimony, if you please. Very well, anything for you. If that will clear your suspicions about me. Now then, please testify about the Zodiac Art Gallery.
Excuse me, Courtney, have you seen this picture that man drew of us?
Can't help
wow.
being a Gemini.
The ZAG.
It's Zigzagoon. 18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion. Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery. I collected Pierre Hoquet's works from all over the world. After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery.
Okie dokie.
It's wonderful that your dream has come true. What do you think, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't believe there was anything strange about her testimony.
Judge Courtney, I believe in the courtroom it is standard to cross-examine the witness. Wouldn't you agree it's a little too early to say that there are no contradictions?
You speak like a defense attorney. Very well. Proceed, as you please.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah. Just funny how you can stop the music doing that.
Oh, sure.
I don't think the mic works.
I guess we should start pressing her from the start.
Yeah. Start one doesn't help too much. Are you imagining this gallery by yourself?
Yes. Well, I say manage, but it only opened today. And I must continue protecting this mansion.
It only opened today and you already almost killed someone. Good start.
Fuck you. So that Monsieur Master has a place to return to.
She took back the mansion for Mr. Master's sake. Okay, I'm so sorry. I was powerless.
It's not your fault, Monsieur Shields. You were weakened by a diet of paper. I couldn't do anything either.
Damn you,
All I
paper
can
diet.
do now is continue
Strikes
to protect
again.
the mansion.
You were weakened by your diet of paper and Sonic.
I'd still do one of those.
Pierre Hoquet. That's Mr. Dover's alias, correct?
Yes, it's the name he used when he worked as a sculptor in France.
About collecting his works. How did you prepare the Taurus and the Gemini sculptures? I heard that Mr. Dover passed away before he completed these two sculptures.
I had the sculptures in the Winter Palace specially made, based on the photos I took.
Oh? Could you tell us about that in more detail?
After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery.
Opening the Zodiac Art Gallery was your dream.
The truth is, I'm super into astrology. I wanted to manage the gallery together with Monsieur Master.
Courtney's like, oh no, never mind.
There's actually this very interesting webcomic where a lot of the characters singing and dancing and all kind. I'm not singing of sweets. That's the kind of gallery I dreamed about.
Was she planning on staging a musical here?
Jeffrey Master disobeyed the goddess of law.
It looks like she's grabbing her elbow.
That's because I am.
Look at this picture right here. It actually does! She's just grabbing her arm.
It is unfortunate, but I'm afraid that your dream will never come to pass. No, Monsieur Master is innocent.
Oh, no, she's not grabbing her arm. She's grabbing her mallet. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The prosecutor at the time did not believe it, but...
In order to protect Catherine Hall, Jeffrey Masters gave a false confession. They were both trying to protect each other.
I prepared replicas of the sculptures in the Winter Palace based on the photos I took.
By photos, do you mean the ones taken in Isaac Dover's room?
Yes, you seem quite familiar with the events from 18 years ago, Monsieur Edgeworth. So the sculptures in the Winter Palace were replicas. They melted, and I didn't even get to see them once.
No, the sherbet sculptures shouldn't have been replicas. Miss Hall is obviously lying.
After all that trouble it took to repair them, it's a shame they melted.
The sculptures on the Winter Palace are the same sherbet sculptures from 18 years ago.
Oh,
Unless I
the
point
liquid.
that out to her,
Yeah.
I'll be able to find the truth.
Or it might not be the liquid.
Liquid.
Liquid. Check the check the photo. Oh, it matches the light blue liquid found 18. Okay, no,
Yeah.
that does prove it.
It's the same statues, it's just they melted today, as opposed to 18 years ago. Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up? No matter how much you lie, you can't deny the composition of the sculptures. From the analysis results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the sherbet sculptures Mr. Dover created.
Oi, Miley, as a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine. What we call sugar actually comes in many different varieties and tastes. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's nearly impossible to replicate the composition.
I see. Thank you for the explanation, super late. I don't recall asking for one.
I'm gonna do a jig.
That Miss Hall means you couldn't have melted the sherbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years.
Why did you become, Western? Ah!
Because for, like, the one line, I accidentally went into it and was like, fuck it. Western.
What? She preserved the sherbet for 18 whole years?
Even when she didn't own the mansion?
Day two.
If you freeze it properly, it's not impossible.
Silence, please.
It would get so frosted over.
Miss Curator, what do you have to say? I can't believe you've already uncovered so much. That's something that somebody who's innocent says, by the way. So you're admitting that you stole the sherbet sculptures? No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them after all. Also, I couldn't have stolen the sculptures 18 years ago. I don't think they would have been easy to steal without the police noticing.
Didn't you literally just say that there are no cameras in here? Is that so? I don't know what you did 18 years ago. As such, how can I judge how difficult it would have been to steal them?
It looks like you won't give up so easily.
I don't intend on giving up until I learn the truth.
I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago. On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film in the camera. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I had done on that day. I don't think there was anything suspicious about my actions.
That's
That was
not
med-based
your
scans.
decision to make.
Mr. Edgeworth, were there any contradictions in her testimony?
For now, I should just prove that she stole the sculptures. But what could Mrs. Hall have stolen this time? If I can answer that, our crime should come to light. Excuse me, it's Miss Hall, not Mrs. Hall. Courtney puts her arm around her. Yeah, that's right. It's Mrs. Hall, not Miss Hall. Yes. During the judging at Monster's Master request, I went to change the film of the camera. We're going to want to discover Monster Dover's body.
It's definitely one of our evidence points from back then.
Yeah. So you entered Mr. Master's room before he delivered the camera, huh?
Yes, I heard the sound of something breaking, you see. Monsieur Master? Are you in here? Eek.
Ika.
Eekum bokum.
That was actually some of the ship breaking. Someone snuck a bite out of it, you see.
Yes,
Yes, somebody. When the body was discovered, was Mr. Master just still jobbing Mr. Gustavi's room?
I am sure that he was. Monsieur Master is the type of person who would carefully judge one room at a time. Because he can't be in two places at once, dipshit.
She found Mr. Dover's body inside Mr. Master's room. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? This is when you stole the sherbet sculptures.
And how would I have done that?
That's,
Not even a great thief could have taken it then, you know.
It seems I was mistaken. My apologies. Please continue, Miss Hall. Do I have to pick a specific one and select that one?
I think so, yeah. Oh, probably what you prepared tea, honestly.
Did you do so in the same manner as today?
Yes, I poured tea for everyone working on the investigation.
Now that you mention it, Uncle Ray also got some tea from you that day. Kay was pushing her service car back and forth from the patio to the main building. I see, did anything seem strange to you then? Well, I remember your old man singing praises of her Ceylon tea. He also had said something about how the saucer was chilled. The saucer
Oh fuck,
was
they
chilled.
did say that. Oh shit.
So the reason the saucer was chilled was because she was inside the,
Yeah.
Yeah. This is when you stole the sherbet sculptures.
I'm sorry, but Monsieur Shields and company were at the fountain patio the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight? No, we're in a building, you dumbass.
That's precisely what I'm saying. This is where she hid the sculptures to steal them from right under our nose. Inside our little trolley cart. Neither my father nor Mr. Shields realized the sculptures were right in front of them. What you were pushing around was no ordinary service cart. It was the sculpture itself.
Eek! Bokum. But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculptures on the service cart, people would notice immediately. What is a cloth?
I never said she used the service cart to move the sculptures.
What? What do you mean? Then what did she use to move the sculptures around?
This is what Miss Hall used to transport the sculptures. The trolley. Trouble with the trolley, eh?
Talk about a trolley problem, am I right? And
How would you solve the trolley problem, Courtney? Don't do anything! Let 4 of them die!
I would kill all of them.
Yeah. It's like the video where the kid's like, uh-oh, and just like slams into them with the fucking, yeah. This is a lift trolley Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move her sherbet sculptures. It seems the same lift trolley lies here in the fountain patio.
She's in her fucking bowl.
That hung on for a little while.
That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place. Are you saying she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures?
Yeah. Ah. The sculptures are placed on this lift trolley and then covered with a tablecloth. It could be disguised as a service cart and move without arousing suspicion.
How could that be?
So the saucers were chilled because they were sitting on the ice sculptures. No, it's kind of weird that they were chilled anyway. I mean, what's the point of a chilled saucer?
Keep the tea cold.
You want the tea to be warm and hot. Okay, what's the meaning of this? What were you thinking?
That was truly impressive. You certainly are Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I was suspected. Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures? Why is it all the hot women that go to jail? Every single one I try to defend.
It was only 2 of them. God damn it. Every single one of my girlfriends is in prison.
Yeah, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the sherbet sculptures from Monsieur Dover's room.
She would have been real depressed in case 1. Until it ended up not being the girl.
It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says. I disguised the lift trolley as a service cart. And I served tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it.
An ice block with star clusters on it. That seems familiar. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. Night.
Yeah! Plus 2, plus 3.
The Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. But those blocks of ice were also originally from Dover's Sherbet Salon.
The 2 sculptures and the 2 blocks of ice. I took everything I could. And then I placed empty glass cases in Monsieur Dover's room. The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details, and keep Delicia away. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass cases for Mr. Dover.
That's why I said the poison trap, to kill everyone and get my delicious sherbet.
Well, I guess
Cover,
you just admitted
boys.
it. Yeah.
So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases.
In Monsieur Dover's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I stole had melted too. So everything you see in the Winter Palace are all original works from 18 years ago. Miss Hall, it didn't take much to get her to confess.
And she must know. She knows it isn't enough to try her in court. Plus, I think the statute of limitations is over.
I don't think it is.
18 years ago?
Well, or rather, even if it is, this is about her setting the poison trap in the present still.
That would be not.
Yeah, actually, they're about to say that. Even though I admit to stealing the sculpture, you can't arrest me for it. What? What do you mean by that? Heavens. You're assisting an investigation without knowing this much? Perhaps you should read this book concerning the statute of limitations. I keep these on me so that I can patronize anyone I run into.
That's the best, isn't it? No! My book on the statute of limitations! It's statute.
This is like in fucking Rise from Ashes, when they're like, "Here, Phoenix, here's the book of law." Statute of limitations.
Thanks. To put it simply, it's the time frame in which a suspect can be taken to court. You can see it on this page. Haha, what a classic kid's book line.
The statute of limitations for murder is 15 years, and for theft it's 7 years. Ah!
Is that... I wonder if that's reflected in IRL life. It's probably kind of close to that. That's right. And Miss Hall's theft was 18 years ago. According to the statute, she cannot be arrested for stealing the sculpture 2.5 times over.
So that's how it is. Stealing evidence from a crime scene is an unforgivable offense. However, for this crime at least, we have no right to pass judgment.
It's apparently forgivable in this case, because it's been long enough.
It appears that Prosecutor Edgeworth's tepid reasoning has all been for naught.
Even though it's, like, past the statute of limitations, you can still be like, that doesn't belong to you and have, like, it be claimed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, if someone stole, I don't know, my car, and it took them 7 years to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just like theirs now legally. Yeah.
So what would they do? Would they just seize the car and be like, all right, that's a slap on the wrist for you, bud. Now,
I mean,
go
yeah,
back
I
inside.
think so. If there's nothing they can do, there's nothing they can do.
Although imagine stealing a car and actually using it for 7 years and not scrapping it or whatever else the fuck you do with it.
Yeah.
I wonder about that. I deduced Miss Hall's actions simply to expose a different crime. If she only took the sculptures, we wouldn't have found the body from 18 years ago.
Are you saying that I hid Monsieur Dover's body?
That's
I wasn't, but now that you mention it. But how can someone hide a body for 18 years?
I would imagine it'd be very difficult under normal circumstances.
So you're saying the circumstances weren't normal? For some reason I had like, you know when you get like a joke idea in your head and it's terrible and then you actually manage to not do it? I was gonna have her say circumcision instead of circumstances, and in the last second I was like,
What?
I'm not gonna do that. I thought, I at first I thought it would be funny, but then I was like, I'm not doing that. Are you claiming that you know where the body was hidden?
When you consider Miss Hall's actions, the answer becomes obvious. 18 years ago, Miss Hall stole something more than just sherbet sculptures.
If you're so confident, I would like to hear your answer. Where did Miss Hall hide the body?
My prosecutor's badge. Under the judge's bench.
In the teapot! That's why it was minty!
Yeah,
It's the sculptures.
yeah. She froze them.
This is the photograph of Mr. Dover's sculptures. How did she hide it in a piece of paper?
Well, watch this. Hey, do the thing, right?
Oh, the JoJo Part 4 thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Where you just smoked like 30 cigarettes.
Oh, that, I see.
Yes, and perhaps you've noticed the victim's body.
The thing I'm talking about is there's this scene, there's like a stand user that can like hide inside of paper. So like there's a scene where like Josuke like opens a folded note, and then when he opens the note, a pistol comes out of it and shoots him. I can find the GIF probably.
Isn't that like the main character? Does he die from that?
He doesn't die, no.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
I think I've seen this before. Yeah, I've seen this. His face. Oh. Anyway. I guess perhaps you've noticed that the victim's body can be seen in this picture.
Oh wait, what? I haven't noticed that shit. I do not see it. Please point it out clearly. I need glasses. Where in this picture can one see the body of the victim?
It's time to expose the location of the body in the photograph.
I guess it's like, it's covered by the shawl in the left sculpture? Maybe?
The Gemini
The
sculpture.
Gemini sculpture. You know, I'm one of those,
Because
and
one of
I
the
can't
cloths
help
was
it.
dirty and missing. Yes, while it may look like the Gemini sculpture at first glance, in reality, this is none other than Isaac Dover himself.
This ice sculpture was the victim's body. But all I can see from this picture is an ice sculpture statue. Why did I
That's
say
because a
sculpture
certain
statue?
piece of evidence was used to conceal it.
Conceal it. Which piece of evidence did Miss Hall use to conceal the body?
Do we have sherbet cream?
The cloth.
Yeah.
This is the cloth that was covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace.
This cloth manipulates light. With it, it's entirely possible to make something look like ice. Isn't that right, Delicia?
Yesy. When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering cool ice.
We should add Deliciana. That would be a good
Yeah,
Anna clone.
Yeah. That cloth will only emit light when it is attached to a special device.
Judge
Just like
Courtney. What? Look closely at this picture one more time. Cage just like, high five.
The same way.
Beneath the Gemini case lies a box-shaped object attached to a pedestal.
Oh yeah, look at that. This is...
A rainbow light device. Detective Gumshoe reported one in the Winter Palace. This is the device that went missing 18 years ago. Originally, it would have been attached to the cloth inside the glass case. Naturally, Miss Hall took the device with her when she moved the sculptures. By using the rainbow cloth device to make the fluorescent cloth glow, Mr. Dover's body was made to look like an ice sculpture.
That's ridiculous.
So then, when Uncle Ray took a photo of the Winter Palace... That's right, the body had been in front of us all along, disguised as Gemini.
However, the body and the fluorescent cloth were both discovered in the fountain. If the ice sculpture was the body, we would have found it in the Winter Palace.
If we had found it there, her trick would have been revealed immediately. Miss Hall moved the body out of the Winter Palace to prevent us from discovering it.
Absurd. You say she threw the body into the fountain without any of us noticing.
No, Judge Courtney. There was no need for that. She simply used the same method as before. Remember the lift trolley? She moved the body to some other room and dumped it into the stream in the fountain. The stream
Why
to
did
the
you
fountain.
say it's like that?
I tried, okay?
You did your best.
Naturally, the frozen
You did
body
good.
would have sunk to the bottom of the fountain. Thank you. Is this how the best feels? That's why the cloth floated up from first and was found by Delicia.
And eventually, the body thawed out and floated to the surface.
Nothing smells
sure
better than a
Edward.
like unthawing body.
Yeah, you truly have a gift for deductive reasoning. However, do you have any proof that I moved the body? If you cannot prove that, then there's no way I can accept what you are saying. Wasn't there anyone who saw Miss Hall move the body?
Yes, I believe such a person exists. The answer lies in the evidence that person gave me, and that piece of evidence will reveal the truth of Miss Hall's actions.
Oh, it's light blue because that's the ice.
Yeah.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you able to prove the crime of Miss Curator?
Certainly. I have evidence that will show exactly what she did.
Then it's time we see your answer. Which piece of evidence reveals Miss Curator's actions?
This stupid bullshit.
It's the wrong one.
Just by looking at this, you should be able to understand. Let it enlighten you. Yes, I've already allowed that to enlighten me to some things. I mean, she's admiring it. Look at that face.
Overruled! B-Wheel!
No. Why are you...
I thought it would be less embarrassing if I was the one to say it. But, well, you can't really show what Miss Hall was doing with that, you know?
I suppose not. I should present something else.
Yeah, you showed the wrong drawing.
Oh, was
Let us
that
hear
the...
your answer.
Oh, that's the Pisces sketch. God damn it.
Another sketch. Literally, you just showed her one.
Oh, damn.
Oh, it appears I have been drawn in this one. Oh my, I look stunning.
This is a sketch Larry drew of the woman at the fountain patio.
I took down all the mirrors in my bathroom because my morning routine was lengthened an extra 15 minutes every time I caught my gaze.
I would like to direct your attention to the service card on the left side of the sketch.
Service cart? What about it?
What about her? The cart. Don't you see what transpired 18 years ago has happened again? Miss Hall was moving the body in the sketch.
No. Oh, okay. But please wait. Please understand. I don't see Monsieur Dover's body anywhere in that drawing. All I did was hand out chocolates to everyone. You would label me a murderer.
Are you telling me that she was handing out chocolates to everyone with a dead body on the card?
Go bossing.
The key detail. She was having a fucking laugh with that one. Key detail in the sketch is the cloth of the color of the tablecloth. Up until now, I thought Larry had just made a mistake.
The tablecloth. It's light blue.
It may be light blue in the sketch, but no light blue tablecloths exist in this mansion. Perhaps it's light blue because the body was hidden, still glowing underneath the tablecloth.
What? But the lift trolley is rectangular in the sketch. If she just placed the body in the lift trolley, we would notice it immediately.
Not true. There were 2 blocks of ice in the Winter Palace that are completely hollowed out. If she put the body inside the block of ice, it would look like a service cart.
That's...
Miss Hall, you put the body in the block of ice and used the lift trolley to move it, didn't you?
I never imagined you would be able to deduce so much from just a single sketch. But what if it was just a mistake, like you said before? The rest of the line.
It doesn't affect me at all. I agree that alone the sketch is worthless. Once you remove the body, the service cart would revert back to a lift trolley. That's why the lift trolley was left behind in the fountain patio. And without the service cart, there'd be no place for you to put your chocolates.
The chocolates I gave everyone.
Until then, the chocolates had sat on top of the service cart as you gave them away. But when you gave them to us, you took them from your pockets.
Now that you mention it, they were a bit melted. But they were still really sweet and tasty.
So why was it necessary to put them in your pocket halfway through?
That's because...
That's because once the body was disposed of, you no longer had a service cart.
Hold it right there.
Motherfucker, are you so spoiled you need a service cart hand-delivered to you for 3 pieces of chocolate? Yeah.
If she put the chocolates in her pocket and left the lift trolley in the patio, then where did the tablecloth go?
She had been forced to put the chocolates in her pocket. She wouldn't have had time to dispose of the tablecloth.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, can you answer that for me?
Look at her, like, white knighting for the female.
I know, she's so awesome in poggers.
The tablecloth wasn't hidden. It's right in front of us.
Do clarify. The tablecloth used to hide the body, where is it now?
Is it her gown?
Oh, it might be.
Yeah, I think it's her dress. Isn't it obvious? Miss Hall is carrying it with her out in the open. Yeah, she has it around her waist.
Out in the open? You mean...
Miss Hall, you are wearing the tablecloth around your waist. The block of ice was not encased in a glass case. In other words, the tablecloth was in direct contact with the block of ice. If we have it examined, we will undoubtedly find traces of sherbet on it. Miss Hall, you will turn your tablecloth over to the police at once. Yes, I will handle that.
There's no need to examine the tablecloth. It is just as you say. I stole the poison from Madame Delicia, and I moved the body. I have done terrible things. Madame Delicia, I am so sorry. 1 week ago, I took your Mecatoxin X bottle.
Look at her face.
Yeah. I slipped it into that man's pocket to make it look like suicide. And if they suspected it was murder, the evidence would point to Madame Delicia. Beep, Katie.
Kate, what were you thinking? Aren't you always trying to save Mr. Master together?
I could not let myself be arrested. Not until I had proven Monsieur Master's innocence. From the very beginning, I had planned to turn myself in once everything was over. But I suppose it is too late to say that now.
Kate, why? Why would you go this far?
Even for Monsieur Shields, I've caused nothing but trouble. For the past 18 years, I have been a criminal. The IS-7 incident. Don't tell me that you were the true culprit. My greatest crime was stealing the Sherpa sculptures for my own selfish interests. When Monsieur Dover died, they were no longer just ordinary sculptures. They had become the final works of the sculptor Monsieur Master so deeply loved. What if they had melted before Monsieur Master returned? With that in mind, I couldn't let anyone touch them, not even the police. Even though I knew it was wrong, I moved them to the mansion's freezer. However, I only wanted to preserve Monsieur Dover's art. I did not know his body was hidden among them.
So she stole the sculptures without noticing the body.
Monsieur Master would never take another person's life. But because of me, the body vanished, and Monsieur Master was found guilty. That kind man, he treated someone like me as family. He meant more to me than anyone else, and yet...
Kate.
When Monsieur Master was found guilty, I was chased out of this mansion. I was finally able to reclaim the mansion just a few days ago, but... when I saw the sculpture still sleeping away in the freezer, I realized... I was the one who hid Monsieur Dover's body. However, the statute of limitations had already expired. Therefore, I could think of no other way to atone for my sins.
It appears I have misunderstood her. It seems she caused this entire incident in order to save Mr. Master.
What you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth?
There is one thing that has been bothering me this whole time. Why would Miss Hall plan a murder with such an uncertain method like poison gas? And the reason she disguised the Autumn Palace to look like the Winter Palace was to make those involved in the incident 18 years ago confuse the two rooms.
I wonder what Kate was trying to accomplish.
She was trying to prove Mr. Master's innocence. In that case, Miss Hall's true objective was...
to find the true culprit.
Perhaps she was trying to find the true culprit. Miss Hall? Were you trying to prove Mr. Master's innocence? You wanted to reveal the true culprit and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Was that your true goal? By displaying those sculptures, you attract those involved in the past incident. Only two people would know where the body was hidden. You and the true culprit. Culprit would have panicked knowing that the body would be displayed publicly. Yes, and if the culprit really showed up, there's the risk they'd erase their tracks.
Oh, shit. Okay.
In the worst case scenario, they might have even stolen the body. So how could she protect the evidence while simultaneously luring in the culprit? I see. That's why she made the Autumn Palace look like the Winter Palace. Yes. And then, Miss Hall, you must have thought, whoever opens the Pisces case, believing it to be the Gemini case, must be the true culprit of the IS-7 incident.
What? But that means that person is the true culprit? Please wait a moment, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Do you realize what you're saying? Do you tend to accuse that person of being the culprit behind the IS-7 incident?
Miss Hall was trying to trap the true culprit. If so, wouldn't the person who fell for the trap be the true culprit? However, I have no evidence to back up my claims. If I make a formal accusation without any proof, it will not end well. Should I announce the true killer of Isaac Dover? What I should do is reveal the truth. In that case, there is no need to hesitate. Yes, that's correct. Judge Courtney. I indict the person as the true culprit behind the I-7 incident. Mr. Gustavia. Larry Butts!
Dane Gustavia, who fell victim to the poison gas, is the true culprit of the IS-7 incident. Gusty?
Leg.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Mr. Gustavia. Miss Hall, didn't you believe that if you opened this gallery, the true culprit would come? That's why you set up the poison gas trap, is it not?
You truly have a gifted mind, just like your father. It is as you say, Monsieur Edgeworth.
Now, would you please tell us the whole truth?
Yes, I have nothing more to hide. I will tell you everything. I set a trap in the gallery to find the true culprit. Before the gallery opened, I left only the Autumn Palace unlocked. At opening time, when I went around to unlock each room, I discovered that the Autumn Palace had been locked from the inside. I knew that the true culprit was on the other side of the door. My hand was trembling.
All that was left was for the trap to do its work. For the trap to do its work. Yeah, okay. They just missed it too.
When I heard Monsieur Gustavia was exposed to the poison gas, I realized he was the culprit. And I thought that if the police discovered Monsieur Dover's body, it would prove Monsieur Master's innocence.
Why didn't you ever come talk to me? There might have been another way.
I know that you did everything you could for me over the past 18 years. However, all of this had been brought on by my own crime. That's why I wanted to save Monsieur Master as soon as possible.
Kate.
Not only that, the police hid the fact that the body went missing 18 years ago. Even if I reported the body, there was a chance that the truth would be hidden again. That's why I caused the incident at the museum's opening, with as many witnesses as possible.
I'm sorry. Gregory, Mr. Master, and even you. I couldn't protect anyone. Mr. Shields. It must be tough on him as well.
The one who should be apologizing is me. Monsieur Edgeworth, Monsieur Shields, I'm terribly sorry. I shall accept whatever punishment I am given. However, I must ask of you, please clear Monsieur Master's name.
The truth that was hidden for 18 years was revealed in an unexpected manner. However, to think that things would end this way. You know, all she had to do was not use poison gas and use, like, an ink blot explosion. Like, you know, like, what's on those pants when you try to steal them? They, like, explode ink.
I wonder if, like, she had, like, just, I think she might have just been simultaneously, you know, mad at whoever the true culprit was enough that she was, like, that she had that, like, you know, in the background,
killing them was
like,
definitely on her MO, but all she had to do was use, like, ink or something, and then he would have been like, dude, I don't know where I got this from.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's exactly 2 a.m.
It is.
Well, in like a minute.
Good timing.
Yeah. Let's see how this starts.
We are dumb close to the beginning. I'm guessing what's going to happen. They are not going to let us just do the court over Zane Gustavia's body being upstairs. So he's just going to come downstairs and be like, I got over it.
Yeah, probably. Either way, really fucking good shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be, like, for most of this chapter, I wasn't super into the present segments. The past segments I really liked. The present segments I wasn't super into. But the payoff, really fucking good.
Yeah, Justine's at this point is just like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit, I can't even make a joke about, like, the best being the best anymore.
She's like, did Kate say any punishment?
Well, under the eyes of the JIC, you know.
Yes, of course.
You want to go to the Summer Palace? No, it's too hot. Spring Palace it is. Anyway, all this pretty music plays, and it looks like that idiot over there is sweating. Do you see, like, the white? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, I do see the white because it shows like our profile pics under the game share.
Yeah.
+2, thank you. Alright, we should probably stop there.
Miss Hall, have you composed yourself? Next time.
Allie, did you hear her?
No, I
She
didn't
said
hear.
more like plus poo and then made a fart noise.
Got
I'm
it.
so hurt.